Hi guys and welcome. These are your handover videos for your Bailey Pegasus Verona. These videos are essentially going to show you how to set up and operate the caravan to a basic level as if you were getting off site. So starting off at the front, we've got your black hitch head here and black lever. Pull up the black lever, wind down the jockey wheel onto your tow ball. That will then snap the black lever down, pushing up this red ring and exposing a green bottom. You have your breakaway cable just here. If you have an eye point on your tow bar, it has to be used. If not, wrap it around the tow bar itself. You've got a handbrake which is operating on a gas strut. Now for the gas strut, make sure you do pull it back all the way, as it may roll back a touch and then just correct itself. You've got your jockey wheel here, which is used to level the caravan, and then you have your 13-pin electrics. So if you do have an adapter, make sure you bring it with you, as we do not stock them. You may lose a couple of functions by pushing through an adapter, but all your legalities will work. 2 points either side and 2 points at the back, you have inserts for your legs. The caravan itself comes with a leg winder, or you can get yourself a 19mm drill part and a power drill to just shoot it down a bit quicker. But do not attempt to jack up or level the caravan using your legs. They are only used for stabilisation. So first level using your jockey wheel, and then just put down all 4 corner steadies. Moving along here, we're using our test equipment today. You've got your plug-in for your mains lead, just plugs in to that slot just there. Come round to the other side. Starting off first, we have your insert for your water pump. Water pump connects into this part here by just sliding in. Then if you push the cap down, it can't be removed. Then you have this white plastic cap to go over the top of the acrowl to stop any nastiness getting in. And then you have your pump at the bottom. Now it is critical that that sits at the bottom of the barrel, as otherwise it will just suck through air, leading to coughs and splutters. Then just along here you have your flue. Your flue is used to get clean air in and out of your boiler when you're operating on gas. Then just next to it you have your gas bottle locker. Today I'm running with red propane caloric gas. You can use other types of gas as well, including butane. I'd always recommend propane and calor, just because propane is it's not going to freeze up when you're using it during the winter, and calor is the easiest to find. Then we have an intake gas hose just here, connecting onto this regulator. Once both sides are firmly connected, just nip it up using a spanner, just so it doesn't drop off. Then twist in the positive or open direction on your gas bottle. Motor mover we will show you on collection. Then you have 2 inserts here, which is where your wastewater will come out of. You'll need some 28.5mm waste pipe to feed into a waste master that you can then take to the emptying point on site. Then we have your toilet function. So to empty the toilet, you press up on the orange handle and you pull out like so, but make sure the cap is pushed in the right direction, which I'll show you at the end of the video. There we go. Then you can also extend that out and pull it out, and it essentially operates as like a carry-on suitcase almost. Then once you're at your emptying point on site, twist that head to the side, open up that cap. You want to tilt, and at the same time as tilting, continually pressing that button there to vent. Then this is only a recommendation, but if you open that up there, feed in some fresh water, a little bit of a shake, and again tilt and vent, just makes it smell a bit nicer. Then on this cap here you have measurements in both imperial and metric. That is for your blue chemical. Blue chemical goes into there, slide it back to the side, push it in just like so, so that orange handle sits behind those white teeth. Then just here we have your point for your flush tank. This can hold 12 litres of water. However, I wouldn't recommend put in any more than 10, just because you don't want to overfill it. You can also add a little bit of pink chemical, which works as a bleach without being corrosive and also makes it smell a bit nicer. And then that's for the flush. Now you don't want to travel with either of these too full, so just up here you have a little bong open that up and drain off any remaining water that is inside the system. Then just underneath your right hand side seat you have your boiler just here, and then you have this yellow switch valve. That is your drain valve. When it's in the horizontal position, that is allowing the flow of water to come through. When it is in the vertical position, it is draining off any remaining water inside the system. The caravan itself will be fully drained off before you take it with you. And just underneath the fridge, you have all your trips and fuses, all your trips in the upright position and all your fuses in the correct position. And then if you do need any additional information on your trips and fuses, please have a look inside your book pack. And just here we have your main control panel. This is for everything bar your heating and hot water. You've got your on and off switch just here. You've got your lights for inside the caravan just there. Then you have your awning light just here. Go outside, you can see that's on. You also have your test for your voltage of your battery just there, pressing that in. You can see 13.7 volts are currently coming into the caravan. Now that is coming from the mains lead. When you're not plugged in with mains and you press that button, that will show the amount of voltage coming from the leisure battery. Then press this down here, and that is for your water pump. What that does, that begins to draw the water from outside into your boiler itself. The boiler has a capacity of 18 litres, and it will draw it through into there. Now, when you first do come to set it up, it may be a case you have a few coughs and splutters, but what you're looking for is a nice steady continuous stream. So wait about 2 to 3 minutes when you first press that button, come over to your taps, open it up on both cold and hot, and what you're looking for is that nice stream. There you can see both sides running nice and smoothly. Now just set that up and leave it to run for about 30 seconds. But to quickly just go back to this, on and off, water pump, mains lights, outside light, battery test. Then just here we have your trimmer control panel. This is for your heating and hot water. You've got a button here, but it's also a dial. Then you've got a back button just there. Press in. First up, you've got the caravan with the thermometer in it. That is for the internal temperature of the caravan that you desire. Let's say I want it at 9 degrees. Press in and it will get to 9 degrees. Turn that off for now though. Next up, got your water temperature. So you can either have it off, Eco, which gets the water to 40 degrees, hot, which will get it to 60 degrees, or boost. Now boost will boost the temperature up to that 60 degree marks for 15 minutes and then drop it back down to Eco, so it's ideal if you want to use a shower or something like that. Then you've got your energy source, so you can either run on strictly gas, a mixture of gas and 1 kilowatt of mains, mixture of gas and 2 kilowatt of mains, strictly electric with 1 kilowatt, or strictly electric with 2. So you've got the choice of strictly gas, strictly mains, or a mixture of both. Then you've got your fan setting just here. When you don't have the heating on, you could use the vent setting, which will essentially circulate the air across the caravan, pushing out the fresh air from outside. So just open up your windows and just let it flow. Or if I were to have the heating on, for instance, go back to this, it gives me the option of Eco or high, and that is for your fan speed pushing out the hot air. Then you have a timer just here, allows you to set when you'd like the heating and hot water to start and when you'd like it to stop. Then you've got the actual time. It's currently not 29 minutes past midnight, so you just set the time whenever you come in. And then the spanner here is for additional settings. You've got offset, temperature, brightness, 12 or 24 hour clock, language or index or reset. We have set this to what we deem the most appropriate way. So if you do want to have a look at the additional settings and what they do, please have a look inside your book pack. Then to turn off this, if you don't want to use it at all, press and hold on this middle dial. It'll turn itself off. Fantastic. Then we've got your hob grill and oven. So this works standard to any sort that you might have at home. except with the electric plate you just put to whatever gas mark you want. Everything else, pressing on the dial, twist it to the side and press your igniter. This is what it looks like when they're lit. As you can see, nicely clean continuous flames. Next up, your grill. As you can see, both sides nice and lit. And lastly, your oven. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. There you go, nice and lit. Only other real thing to note is when you first plug in with your gas, this is the first thing I would check. And don't travel with this glass sheet up, but equally don't put down the glass sheet until all of those burners are cold to the touch. Then just here we have your fridge operation. So you have a few different choices for the actual operation. So right up at the middle, that is off. You have mains, you have, that is your car battery, not your leisure battery. So that's when you're plugged in with 13 pin. Or you have gas. Now for gas, it's slightly different. You have a gas igniter just here, and you have this temperature gauge here. You can twist that to the side. Thicker the bar, the more power coming into the fridge, the quicker it's going to chill. But for gas, what you have to do is press and hold these two in together, and you will gradually begin to see that orange dial turn into the green. So if I just press and hold for a minute or so, just pause it for a second because it can take a second. So it took me about 30 seconds of holding, and then you can see the bar is nice and in the green. Now when I switch it to mains, it goes straight out. So that is only for the gas. The temperature gauge also is for the mains and the battery. But yeah, when it's off, no light. When it's on, there's lights. Then lastly, we have your toilet operation, which you might say is bog simple. Press this button on the top, and that will push out any water that is inside the system. And then all you have to do is push it away into the cassette and shut it back to you, and that will empty the waste. When the cassette toilet is full, there will be a red icon come up underneath that.